Hello and bienvenidos to Life's Questions and Lessons, the Self-Reflection Podcast. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. So let's get started with today's question. How do you not want to start your day? How do you not want to start your day? So we are in full swing of our If You Could Design Your Life from Scratch series. And if you haven't already, I highly suggest you start with our series intro. It's always helpful to kind of know what we're talking about before we get going. And if not, you know what? Do you? If you don't feel like you need an introduction to the series, you can absolutely start with this episode. But I wanted to really bring this to the podcast because one of the things that's really helped me as I'm helping others and kind of understanding more about myself is looking at questions in the inverse. So there's a little bit of almost a controversy. I feel like that's a big word to use, or is a little dramatic, but there's some different schools of thought, let's say it that way, between saying what you want versus saying what you don't want. I'm a firm believer, as always, do what's best for you. But sometimes I do feel like it's easier for you to list what you don't want, or the inverse of, that initial question, right? Because it's kind of like you see your life as it is right now, and you're able to chip away all the things that you don't want. Sometimes that's easier. So again, do whatever works best for you. But as I was thinking about this question, and I want to come back to the way that we are designing our life and the space that we need to be in mentally, emotionally, is a space of dreaming, right? It's not a space of practicality. Like, we're just dreaming. Dream that you have all the money you need. Dream that literally you have a blank canvas that is your life. That is where we're creating from. So when you think about, how you don't want to start your day, what would that look like? And just let yourself imagine, let yourself be creative. It's so important as adults for us to activate our creativity, our imagination, I would even say, because creativity has even gotten to be a buzzword that we use at work. It doesn't even have the same weight that it had. I think it's kind of been, jaded now by our corporate lives. But I'm talking about imagination, the imagination you had as a child. That is where you want to design your life. That is the energy you want to be surrounded when you're asking yourself these questions. So I'll just leave it there for now, but definitely encourage you to explore these questions in whatever way works best for you. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you are listening to my words. And if this episode was helpful for you, and if you're enjoying this listener requested series, definitely let me know. My information is in the show description. Please reach out. And if you have any questions or feedback, you obviously can reach out as well. And until next time, take care.